Greetings, everyone. It is I, the Banana King. It's been quite a while since I filmed my last video, which, probably wasn't much but an unboxing from a good friend of mine. It's incredibly difficult for me to film as I don't have a room. I sleep in a living room, and I just don't have any space. It's already hard enough for me to do like customizing, which I'm most active on Instagram. So if you want to check that out and see me in my full glory, that's where you can find me most active at. But like I said, I just don't have space, and I usually don't have time either. But I am trying to make my way back, as my biggest thing is customizing, and I do want to try and do some time lapses or show some progress of customs I'm working on, but that is also hard because I paint like a goblin. So it's really hard to like figure out how to like put my camera to where you can see, and then not me just hunched over like a creepy little demon just working on my pets. So but today I just wanted to do something simple to get back into it, hopefully, which is showing some of the customs that I've done recently. I took a big break for mental health and physical health issues, and so I finally got back into it, and when I did, I actually kind of changed up mainly my eye style, and I'm really trying to polish the way I do customs. My mascot here is one of the older customs I did probably about almost 2 years ago, probably not quite, but as you can see, this is my old eye style I used to do, which I still think holds up. I don't hate it or anything. I think it's really cute, but it doesn't really work for every pet, and I kind of like having a singular eye style to focus on, because if I have too many, I get very overwhelmed. I know a lot of people can relate to that one. But yeah, my main thing is I changed up my eye style and just polished up customs, and I recently I'm working on a little mini series of redesigning or recustomizing 3 designs that I did almost 3 years ago to kind of see the progress of how far I've come, and I think you'll see some good progress. I still love my old pets, like I love my mascot, but it is fun to see just how far you grow as an artist and also a person, so it's really interesting to see the improvements that I've made throughout the years. So the first pet I'm going to be showing you guys today is one of those older pets that I've been redoing, which is this short hair cat. Ta-da! You can already see a very, very distinct difference in the eyes, and for reference here is my mascot. You can definitely see I wouldn't say a better difference, but just a different style difference. And my older style was more of anime chibi, which I still love so much, but this new style kind of fits LPS a little bit more in my opinion, and I just think that overall it looks a lot cuter. If you don't follow on Instagram, here is an old picture of the older version of this custom. You can already kind of see the differences that I did, mainly the stripes. The stripes are probably my biggest and most difficult problem that I had back then, and I really struggled because I just, for some reason, didn't go, oh, let me follow actual cat stripes and cat patterns, and you can already see a clear difference with the head, and I added a little eyebrow because it's just so cute. And the back of the pet, you can also see the stripes are a lot different. I did keep her little heart on her leg and on her eyes, or not eyes, but her cheek. She did have little hearts in the eyes, and I completely forgot about that, but maybe it was a good thing because it could have been too many hearts, and that might have been just way too much. And of course, as always, a little Tobin action. And she has a magnet, so you can kind of see anything tiny and metallic just sticks to it, which is not the greatest, but something I can't really help. The next custom I'll be showing you guys is another redesign of an old one, and it's this little guy. Some of you, he got really popular back then, and I can understand why. He is just a super cute custom. As you can see from the gold one that I did 3 years ago, there are some slight differences like the eye style, and I did give him eyebrows. I thought that there was something missing, and when I did a little sketch on the side, I put little eyebrows on it, and I was like, these would be perfect. And I was originally going to do like one side the dark color, like the dark blue, and then the other side the light gray blue, but I didn't like how it looked. It just looked like extra spots, so I went with white, and the white just looked really nice. You can also see the eye style is different, and I was kind of struggling on how to do the because it does have heterochroma. It's funny, both of the two customs I did had heterochromia, but he has partial heterochromia. So I did the pupil, the brown, and then of course the iris part blue, like the other eye, which is something I enjoy doing, which is making the pupils just either like a darker color of the eye color or something interesting and cool. But I think this pet is super cute. I really, really, really do love him. He was one of the popular pets that I did when I first started, and I believe Cobalt was the one who bought the original one. So if you do want to go see a more in-depth video of the older version, you can go check out his video, which I'll link below. But I am super glad with how he came out, even gave him his little nose spots. And of course, can't miss out on the toe beans. These next pets that I have done, I unfortunately already sold them and they've been shipped off, but I do have plenty of pictures from Instagram to show you guys here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop them over there so you can see them while I chit chat about them. So 2 of these customs were actually part of a collab I did, my first ever collab on my Instagram, which was a spring collab. Essentially, the rules were you pretty much had to have a spring theme, whether that be flowers or nature or whatever comes with spring, Easter, etc. And the main rule was just you cannot use a main 5 or a cat or dog. So a lot of people probably were like, no, but I really do think that there is so many cute molds other than cats and dogs that I think deserve a chance. So I ended up doing 2 pets. One was a snail and one was a lamb. I'll start off with the first one that I did, which was the lamb. I was super excited because I usually for flowers would just use already made molds, but the only thing about those is that, I mean, you can get like the same flower and it's easy to do, but a lot of times the flowers just come out looking wonky, or it's really difficult unless you're using resin, and I usually use epoxy clay. So as you can see, I hand sculpted all the little flowers and the leaves and all the little bits and everything, and it really was a fun challenge that I did. I especially really love the color palette that I picked out, which I was kind of inspired by a Squishmallow that I got recently from Easter. I really was a big fan of her, and I was kind of sad to see her go, but I really do hope more people use lambs. They're just so cute and so underrated. The second pet that I did was a snail. And snails are another underrated pet. Like, seriously. They're super cute, and they just have, like, their mouth is just such a cute little smile. Anyways, with this one, I went a little bit more simpler. I only did 1 flower, as I was kind of flowered out by the other one. First time I ever did flower sculpting on that scale, and wow. So I just did a simple flower and some leaves, and I wanted to really challenge myself. I don't really like blue eyes, okay? They scare me a little bit. No offense to blue-eyed people, but I was like, you know what? I think the blue eyes will really complement this pet. And so I went ahead and did it, and I really think it came together with the pink and the little shimmery shell and the little periwinkly blue flower on her head. I think it all just kind of came together really well, and I was happy that I slightly overcame my fear of blue eyes, but it's still a struggle. The third custom that I did was this little tiger cat, and I kind of was just like, this was like the second pet that I did when I started doing this new style, so I was still kind of like messing around with it. And I do like this pet. I like the colors. I do wish that the gray was just a little bit more, I don't know. I don't think it's bad, but I think maybe a different a different shade of gray might have been a little nicer. But otherwise, I really do love this pet. Of course, green eyes are my favorite, along with purple eyes. They are just gorgeous. And she was super fun to do, especially when I was still kind of trying out this new eye style. And overall, I think she just is a nice pet that I did. The fourth and final custom is another collab custom, but this is by my good friend DollyLollyPlaytime on Instagram and YouTube, which I'll link her down below. She did a cookie collab custom collab, and I almost didn't join in because I was just like a little overwhelmed with getting back in and still doing my other customs. But overall, I was like, you know what? I think this will be a good way to like jump into my first post back on Instagram. So the pet that I did was this sugar cookie bear, and I love it. I love it so much. I know a lot of people ended up doing sugar cookies for the collab, but it was Valentine's Day, or like Valentine's Day had just ended, or I can't really remember when exactly I did this. But I was like, I think it'll be so cute, and I drew up the design on my laptop, and I loved it. I just had to do it. I made sure I wanted to do sprinkles, so the 3D sprinkles are sculpted by me, and they're just little hearts. And I really love the color palette of this pet. I love these molds. I love doing them. They're just so cute, and you can do, like, you can make anything. You can make something scary, spooky, creepy, funky out of these molds, and I really wish to see them used more in the customizing community. But yeah, I really loved this custom, and I really had fun doing this collab with Dolly. That's all the pets that I currently have right now. I am working on the third pet of the old custom redos, but she's just not ready yet. So maybe if I do another custom showing off video, I'll add her in there. Thank you guys for watching. I know I'm kind of dead on here, and I probably don't have the greatest quality or editing skills, but I do just like doing these for fun and promoting my work when I'm not on Instagram. I do also have a TikTok, which is kind of dead. I'm not a TikToker. I feel like a boomer on there. So I do struggle there as well, but I do have some TikToks of customs and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye! I know it's been quite a while since I've Sir, I'm trying to film. Can you please not? Okay. All right. Thank you.